Most people are afraid of losing others. They hold on too tightly, ignore red flags, and accept less than they deserve just to keep someone in their life. They fear being alone, so they stay in situations that slowly drain them, and without realizing it, they start losing themselves in the process. Their happiness becomes dependent on someone else's presence, and their peace depends on someone else's behavior. That's where the real problem begins. But Sigma males think differently. They don't fear losing people because they never build their identity around them in the first place. They understand that not everyone is meant to stay, and not every connection is meant to last forever. Instead of chasing, forcing, or holding on, they focus on their own growth, their own mindset, and their own direction. If someone chooses to leave, they let them go without resistance. Not because they don't care, but because they respect themselves more than they fear loneliness. And that's what makes them powerful. Because when you're not afraid to lose people, you stop settling. You stop chasing. And you start attracting the right ones. Most people place others above themselves without noticing. They sacrifice their time, energy, and even their values just to maintain a connection. A Sigma male refuses to do that. He understands that if he doesn't value himself, no one else will. His self-respect comes first, and that becomes the standard for every relationship in his life. Because of this, he never tolerates disrespect or emotional imbalance. If a connection starts to drain him or make him lose his identity, he steps back without hesitation. This mindset protects him from becoming dependent on others, and it allows him to build relationships based on mutual respect, not need. Most people expect relationships to last forever, and when they don't, they feel like something went wrong. A Sigma male sees things differently. He understands that people come and go, and that every connection has its own purpose and timing. Some people are there to teach you something, others are there to grow with you, and some are only meant to pass through your life. This understanding removes fear. Instead of trying to hold on to every relationship, he accepts change as part of life. When someone leaves, he doesn't chase or question his worth. He reflects, learns, and moves forward. Because he knows that forcing someone to stay only creates a false connection, and he would rather have real connections that come naturally than temporary ones built on fear. A Sigma male doesn't chase people, and he doesn't force connections to work. He believes that what is meant for him will stay without pressure. While most people try to hold relationships together by constantly giving, texting, and proving themselves, he steps back and lets things flow naturally. If someone shows interest, he matches it. If they distance themselves, he doesn't run after them. This approach keeps his dignity intact and protects his energy. Because chasing often leads to imbalance, where one person gives more than the other. A Sigma male avoids that completely. He chooses connections where effort is mutual, not one-sided. Being alone is something many people fear, but a Sigma male turns it into his strength. He uses solitude to think clearly, improve himself, and reconnect with his goals. Instead of feeling empty when he's alone, he feels in control. This comfort with solitude gives him independence. He doesn't need constant attention or validation to feel complete. And because of that, he never stays in relationships just to avoid loneliness. He chooses people, not because he needs them, but because he genuinely wants them in his life. A Sigma male protects his peace like it's his most valuable asset. He avoids unnecessary drama, emotional chaos, and toxic environments. If a person brings stress, negativity, or instability into his life, he distances himself without hesitation. This doesn't mean he doesn't care. It means he understands the cost of allowing the wrong people into his space. Over time, he learns that peace is more important than attachment. And once you realize that, letting go becomes easier than holding on. At the end of the day, not fearing to lose people is not about being cold. It's about being strong. It's about knowing your worth, protecting your peace, and understanding that the right people will stay without being forced. If this mindset opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe for more content on psychology, discipline, and self-mastery. And now ask yourself, are you holding on because you care or because you're afraid to be alone?